right of the tree line, right off of the right off the river.
The family, like we mentioned before, it's not easy for you guys to be out here for 48 hours searching and then to have to be there and the family there with you guys. What was it like having to tell them the news?
You know, closure is what we want, and that's, you know, that's our goal, is to give the family that closure. And so you call it successful, you call it unsuccessful. Obviously we didn't find him alive, but we were able to give the family that closure, and certainly that's our goal.
How deep is this water?
So he was found where the waters had receded, and he was not in a whole lot of water where we found him. So obviously he had been pushed out of the main stream of the river and into some of the flood areas.
Do we know if he had a life jacket on?
He did not.
I noticed the families hugging over here. So that had to be at least a moment of, like you were talking about closure earlier. They had that because I saw that out here when they were hugging each other.
Yes, they sure do. You know, the family obviously is our first concern. We're going to let them know as soon as, and we did. We were working hand in hand with the family, and so, you know, they were appreciative of our efforts. But you know, it's just the very least we can do.
The high water in all those areas, you know, that area had receded, but that's what had taken probably so long to get to this point to find him, because if he wasn't so far in the water and more on the side. Right.
He was found above the level of the water, so certainly he was underwater for some time yesterday, and the water has dropped probably 1.5 feet today, and that's about how far the water he was today.
For people that haven't been out here to see this water and the depth, and it looks like it's moving really fast, that current, I mean, how dangerous are these waters that he was in?
I think this incident speaks for itself. We just can't say it enough. These floodwaters are not to be played in. They're not to be taken lightly. They're not to be driven through. If you see that high water, please stay out of it. Turn your vehicle around, and certainly don't try to recreate on this.
And even if you're an experienced kayaker or
right,
a floater.
Right. It doesn't matter your experience level. Water is one of the most unforgiving natural resources we have, and it will take its toll.
Besides ticketing people for going near floodwaters and things like that, drivers, how are you going to keep other kayakers or anyone else from coming back out to this area? What can you do?
You know, there's nothing I can do. It's not unlawful to be on the water, but it is certainly unsafe, and so I'm just going to continue with this message, is just please don't get on these floodwaters. It is not a safe place to recreate.
How did you tell the family?
You just tell them. You just tell them. You know, they've been out here. They have a good inclination of what's going on, and there's no way to break that easily. You just tell them.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Very good. Is that good? What you guys need from me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. I'm going to hit a next hole so it's official going out.
Okay. Thank you. Who was it? Was it DNR that found him? Combination. Because I saw the...
Right. It was Bartholomew County's airboat. We have an officer on it.
Like, how does that work? I've never seen one of those.
So it's like a giant fan on the back of it. It's like a prop boat, only the prop's above water. So it just pushes.
Because I heard it start.
Oh yeah.
So once they got out there, yeah, I did. They got out there. Once they got out there, someone seemed quick.
Yeah.